Hey guys, you ready to finish off classical gas now? This is lesson number 5 and it is parts 5 and 6 of the song. I've done this out of order. There's another part after this which was back in lesson 4. That was the coda. I jumped to that because there were so many elements in there that you could see from previous parts of the song and how it was just this recapitulation of ideas and then truncated, shortened up and sped up to get to the end. This part to me feels a little like a bridge. It's a little bit like a transitional part. What's happened here is we've come out of our horn section that ended with the E chord. Then the bar chords. Then the D minor, sus2. Which we looked at when we were saying there were 3 of those. Why not learn those? There were 3 of those sections from G to C to F to B flat, so why not learn those? There we see 2 of them now, the bar chords to that D minor. That brings us to this part 5, and I want to look at it in a similar way. This feels a little meandering to me. We're just wandering around on the A minor chord here, but there are a few things that I found helped me memorize it and understand it. So I've written these a little large and one section over the other because I'd like to see those. We have a slow hammer, 1 and on this first A minor, sus, then we work up the A minor chord, open up the second string for a sus2. So here we are again, hammer into it, sus4, E. Then the next 2 bars have a lot of similarity, so much so I find this a little hard to distinguish in my memory and actually a little hard to memorize. So if you can see the comparisons, that helps. We're doing a hammer again, but not on 1 and, but that little flammy idea where the B is a grace note. We're doing the same idea though, up and down the chord, landing on the A note. Here's the first bar, and this one here. Walk up the chord here to a sus4, walk up to a sus2 in this one. So if you want to distinguish the 2 parts, we get the slower hammer on with the high E and the sus4. Then the flammy one with the C note and the sus2 versus the follow-up bar, high portion of the chord, open A, then 3rd string. In this one, we play 4th and 3rd. Top one again, bottom one. Notice this one's playing the lower part of the chord. We get the top here, 5th string, 3rd, 2nd, 1st. Here we get 5th string, 4th, 3rd, 1st. Then with the open B, we get 3rd and 2nd string. Here we get 2 and O, but it's 4th to 3rd string. Bass note in both, but one goes to the 3rd string and one to the 4th. So one plays the upper part of the chord, the other the lower part. So here are the 2 parts together. Sus4, sus2, sus2, lower part of the chord. And there's your 4 bars. I don't have them committed to memory any longer, but you can see that it wouldn't take you long to put them in the memory banks. That 4-bar piece done, let's move to the next 4-bar piece. Nice repetition, this bar is identical again. And now we get something I really enjoy. This whole next part is building us toward this C chord. This is a classical idea we've seen before. We're playing on the minor, now we're on the relative major. This next 3 bars is going to transition us there. One is our dubba da dubba da dubba that I talk about. We get these units of 1 2 3 1 2 3 1 2. That evens out your bar. It sounds like triplets to me. 1 and a 2 and a, and then these 2 quick little guys to get us back into the count. So it's really 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and, but it sounds like 1 2 3 1 2 3 1 2. That'll be on A minor, then the sus4, slide that the C note here. Sometimes I pluck it. Now we get these little triplet looking ideas. Again, they're not triplets, they're eighth notes. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and. I've taken the bar lines out because when the bar lines chop these off, it can make you not see the pattern. But we have 3-note patterns. The open with the 5s. That's an A minor chord. The open with the 3-4-3. That could be a G over A or an E7 over A. Then the 1 and 2. That's A minor again. And then the open, that's E minor again over A. Or some kind of 7 sus2. But we get 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Here we had 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2 to even out your 4 beats of eighth notes. Here, I've got 2 of these here, 4 of them here. Ba-ba-da, da-ba-da, da-ba-da, da-ba-da. That means to even it out, I would need 2 pairs of 2 notes. So 4 eighth notes here. I put a bar line here to separate them, but that's only half a bar. The other half of the bar is over here. So 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. The bar line actually comes in there. This one wouldn't exist. You see how that chops this pattern off though, and you can't see the 3s as easily. So here's what we have in this 4-bar pattern. And you can hear it climbing out toward the C now. A, B, C, D, E, this high E note on a C chord, and a new section. This I call part 6. So this was an 8-bar pattern. Let's look at it again. Slow hammer on the first one. In this section, we've switched, as I said, to the relative major. 1 and 2 and on the C chord. D to C. Walk off the open B here. You might again think that that's something you'd hold in the C chord to make it a C major 7. But really, again, you're transitioning to a G chord. Switching into G over B. Nice repetition of your bass note. It speeds up here to quarter notes here. Same melody on an A minor chord now. Same open B at the end to go to a G chord. The melody is basically the same on this G. F, E, D, and B. This one hits an open B, this a D note though. And of course, over a B note and then over a G note. Here's the C again. G over B. A minor. G. To save room and to facilitate the way you'd think about it when you're memorizing or just getting really familiar, I'm saying let's repeat the C. G over B again, A minor. Don't do this G, do this G. So we skip into ending 2 here as I've written it, and suddenly you find out repetitions again. This is from part 1. G, G over F sharp, E minor. And again you see our 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2 patterns. And also from part 1, that, but here it is in this part 6 now. One different note on the E minor. I don't think I memorized that. I think I played the old E minor from part 1. The rationale for that open note again is the switching of chords. As you hit that open string, switch into this A minor, and I want to use these two fingers, the pointer and second finger, on the 2s of the A minor, so I can reach the ring finger to the G. And I'm almost sure that's why we get the open. He's had his hand in a position where the ring finger played the 2nd fret. Now we're turning around. Oh, I guess you're gonna have to practice this, huh? Oh, no you don't. You learned it last time. This was in the Coda. It was one of the few original bits to the Coda, and it turns out it's a repetition of what's in part 6. Had you already learned part 6, you'd go into the Coda knowing it. This way we learned it in the Coda, and we're bringing it to part 6. So it's A minor G over B, C, major 7, F, I want to use the pinky on the 4th string as I told you, the D, but it's just one note really, the F sharp note, because we're climbing chromatically, open E, F, F sharp, G. Another of our repetitive ideas here, the E, where we play the bass note over each one. And we're off there, which I think I called our part 3 before, and that was that A minor to D sus, and we ran through that a few times. We're going there now because of the DSL Coda. Our first lesson taught you the introduction and touched on part 1. Our second lesson did part 1 and 2. Part 1 having the 4 endings, the 4th ending taking us into part 2, which was what I called a transitional period. Then we moved into our third lesson where we learned this climb on E, into that section, ran into the G to C chord, F to B flat. Our first instance of this D minor went into the horn section. Bar chords, which we saw last time discussed in our repetitive section, the A sus or the D minor sus. Back to what we saw in lesson 3. Through that, back to your chords. D minor. And then the coda that we learned last time, which has this section, and then went into ending 4 and through to the end. So that's all the parts, guys. I think we'll have another day where we'll put it all together nice and slow and maybe try and take a little bit of a run at it a little quicker. That should do for now, though. Have a good one. I'll talk to you later. Bye.